Yeah. Good morning, all. Welcome to APSSDC Degree College training. Basically, this training is on Java and UI technologies. So, as you guys have some idea, Java is one of the foremost programming language widely used in the industry. And apart from that, we are going to learn UI technologies, which is user interface technologies. So we are going to understand what user interface technologies are, because they are also in very high demand in the market. Okay, so let us start the session and let us see what we are going to learn. Okay, so let's begin with the session for today. So this is day 1. We are learning APSSDC device program. Day 1. So let me open the PPTs and show you the syllabus first. Okay, so generally throughout this training, what concepts we are going to learn, let's see the syllabus completely, because the students who are learning this course should know what they are actually learning. Okay, so if you see this program is designed to make you guys understand Java and UI technologies. So we are going to understand what Java and UI technologies. So if you try to see, this training objective is to make the trainees design and develop web applications using Java and web technologies. So UI technologies are also called as what? Web technologies. Okay, so we are actually going to do what? Make sure that all the trainees who attend this training, by the end of the training, they will develop UI and web technologies. So throughout this training, we will have case studies, case study based web applications. So once we complete a session, we will be giving you some assignments. At the same time, along with the assignments, we will be giving you some case study based web applications. So you have to develop them to make sure that when you attend an interview in the future, you will be in a position to get a job. Okay, so this training will actually make you more skillable. Okay, yes. So the first thing we are going to start is we will see the introduction. Okay, we already started the introduction, which is for 2 hours. I will explain you how live web applications work. I'll actually set you the goals and the results of this training program. Okay, so this is non-technical, but when it comes to technical things, we start with core Java. So what is the first module? The first module is we are going to understand core Java, the fundamentals of core Java, OOPS concepts and arrays for 16 hours. Okay, so this is Java part, and after this we will move to the UI technologies or the web technologies. And in the market, web technologies are in high demand, because every application, whether you develop the application using Java, .NET, you use some Pega, you use some mobile applications, every application needs web pages. And because it needs web pages, these UI technologies, starting from HTML till AngularJS, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery and AngularJS. So all these technologies are in high demand in the market. Okay, so that is the reason we'll spend some 12 hours on the HTML part. So we will see how to design web pages using HTML. Then we will move to CSS, So CSS is basically for styling your web pages. CSS stands for cascading style sheets. So we are going to see what CSS is for 12 hours. Then we will try to understand one important technology in the market, which is Bootstrap. The technology is Bootstrap, and we are going to understand Bootstrap for 14 hours. Okay, now next is JavaScript. JavaScript for 10 hours. JavaScript is basically written for having some dynamic behavior. Because using HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, we can only develop static web pages. We are going to see how to do that in the coming classes. But we will see JavaScript for 10 hours. Then we will see jQuery and AngularJS, which will make the page more dynamic. So jQuery and AngularJS are actually some advanced technologies for JavaScript. So we are going to learn jQuery for 24 hours and AngularJS for 24 hours. So this is the entire training program for 114 hours for 38 days. In these 38 days, you might have some 10 days offline, 28 days online. Okay, so let's begin with Core Java. So let's see what we are going to learn in Core Java. Okay, so let's move to this slide, Core Java. Yeah, this is Core Java. How many hours? 16 hours. So we will learn Core Java for how many hours? 16 hours. So what we will do is we will try to understand the right practices of programming. Okay, for 1 hour theory and 1 hour practice. First step towards programming. Class and object. What is class? What is object? We will see command line arguments. Okay, so these are all basics. These are all basics. Then we will start with the branching statements, looping statements, modular programming, which is nothing but writing methods. Okay, and we are going to understand why to use arrays, what is the purpose. Okay, so all these things we are going to see for completely 16 hours. Okay, so for 16 hours we are going to learn Core Java basics. Okay, that is the whole idea. Okay, so once we learn Core Java, then we will move to the HTML. So this is your HTML. HTML actually is for 12 hours. How many hours? It is for 12 hours. So in these 12 hours, we are going to understand the market, the job market, the syllabus overview. HTML has some certification as well. There are some certification programs which you can do, okay, after completing UI technologies. So we are going to understand the basic tags which we are going to use in HTML. In the third session, the body, the forms, tables, fonts, lists. So we are going to understand this. In the fourth session, we will move to the footer and HTML5 tags. And the fifth session is again about HTML5 continuation with the gradient, video, audio, and some other tags. So these are all the things which are present in the HTML part. For how many hours? 12 hours. So we are going to understand these things exactly for 12 hours. Now next thing is CSS. Okay, next thing is what? CSS, cascading style sheet. So CSS is for 12 hours. So what we are going to do in these 12 hours is we will try to understand how to actually apply CSS for our pages. Like CSS ID class, the templates, backgrounds. So all these things in the first session. After this we will move to the CSS header, menu, images, links, borders, margins, paddings, all these things. And after this we will move to the body part, lists, links, tables, box model, all these things in the third session. And when it comes to the fourth session, we will try to understand the footer, the menu, and all these things in the fourth session. Fifth session, we are going to see some advanced properties of CSS, like the rounded borders, gradient, 2D transform, 3D transform, animation. So we are going to see these things. Next is a Bootstrap. Next is what? Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is widely used in the market nowadays. Very important to get a job if you really want to work as a web designer. If you really want to work as a web designer or web developer, you need to know these technologies in the market. So Bootstrap, a grid system, the typography, images, alerts. Next we will see the pagination and all these things. Input forms, tooltip is the third session. In the fourth session, we are going to understand FX grid, stacked horizontal wells, and in the fifth session, we are going to understand buttons, headers, footers, templates, icons, and accordion. So all these things. So this completes your Bootstrap for 14 hours. Okay, so it's for 14 hours. After this, we will move to JavaScript. So in the JavaScript is for 10 hours, where we have 4 sessions. Why JavaScript? Advantages, the basic syntax of JavaScript. After that, we will see the dialog boxes, the functions, the DOM and events. We are going to understand the inner HTML, validations. After that, we will see JSON. So what is the JSON, like how do we use JSON and all that other stuff. So this is all for exactly 10 hours. Okay. After this, we will move to jQuery. So we will see the jQuery overview. So the jQuery is for 24 hours. So as part of jQuery, we have project 1 and project 2. So we are going to have what? 2 projects as part of jQuery. So jQuery tutorial, the traversal, CSS, DOM, events, effects, jQuery with Ajax, and some plugins of jQuery. Then project 1 and project 2. So these all things we actually complete as part of what? As part of the jQuery. Okay, and this is for 24 hours. So as UI developers, people expect you to know more about Bootstrap, jQuery, and AngularJS. So Bootstrap, jQuery, and AngularJS, learning that in depth is very important to really have a successful career in software jobs. Okay, yeah. So the next thing is AngularJS. So AngularJS is again for 24 hours. So we are going to understand what is AngularJS, the introduction. We will compare the jQuery and AngularJS. Then we will see the expressions, modules, AngularJS model, data binding, controllers, scopes, and filters. Okay, so these are all the 4 sessions. Then we will have project 1 and project 2. Okay, so this is what we are going to do throughout this training program. Now whoever looked at this syllabus, now they might have understood what they are actually learning. They're actually learning Java. Along with Java, they're also learning web technologies. Okay, so it's a very good combination. It's a terrific combination to get a job in the market. Okay, so let's see a PPT and let's try to understand the syllabus again. Yeah, everyone. Now if you see this, let's try to understand what we are learning using a PPT, because a PPT has pictures which you might understand easily. So what is today's technology? Now if you talk about today's technology, the technology is growing like anything in the market. It is not waiting for you to update, but we have to update it. Otherwise, we will not get jobs in the market, because people need employees who knows the latest trends, the latest technologies in the market. Right now, okay, we have different technologies, like we have laptops, smartphones, we have ATM machines, we have the satellites. So everywhere we need coding. Okay, if an ATM machine is working, it is working because somebody like you has written some coding, has written some logic. Okay, so all these technologies work because of people like you who can actually develop applications by writing some logics using some programming languages. Yes or no? Yes. So the technology is growing and we need to make sure that we grow along with the technology. Okay, so that is very important. Second thing is, if you try to understand, the technology is actually based on what? Software and hardware. The hardware is nothing without software, and the software is nothing without hardware. So they both shake hand with each other so that we can use applications. Otherwise not. We need hardware, at the same time we need software. Okay, but the course which we are learning, the Java and UI technologies, it is what? It is software. What is it? Because using Java along with the UI technologies, you will develop what? Softwares. Okay, so that is the whole idea. Okay, so let's see. Now the thing is, this is a question for everyone. Every graduate, whether he is a degree college graduate or an engineering college graduate, now he will think about an IT job. And the question which comes is how to get an IT job. See, there are a lot of technologies in the market. You can learn those technologies. Be prepared yourself for the interviews. If you have good knowledge on them, surely the chances are that you are going to get a IT job. Yes or no? Yes. But now let's try to understand the course which we are learning right now. Is it going to make you get an IT job or not? So let's try to understand if we can get an IT job by learning this course or not. Yeah, see, we are learning Java. So basically we learn Java to become what? Java developer. So somebody who understands Java, somebody who can write logics or code in Java, he will become a Java developer. And Java is the foremost programming language in the market. Almost 80% of the software employees in the market need Java knowledge. Okay, see, when I say 80% of the software employees, that's a very big percentage. Because nowadays, Java has become so important that every employee, every software employee should have some knowledge on Java. Why? Because if you are learning Android, Android uses Java coding. So Android developers needs Java. If somebody is learning Hadoop, Hadoop also is actually going to work on Java. So Hadoop developers also need Java technology. Like this, there are a lot of technologies which have some interdependency with Java. I want to learn Selenium tool in testing. Or you want to learn Selenium tool in testing, then also you need Java. Okay. So as I told you, the importance of Java is if you are learning Selenium in testing, you need Java knowledge. What do you need? Java knowledge. So it is not that only Java developer will learn Java. There are many other people who needs Java knowledge. Assume that you are working on Pega. There is a tool called Pega which needs Java knowledge. Okay. Again, you might have already heard about this Hadoop big data, very important technology in the market. For this also we need Java knowledge. Like this, almost every technology in the market needs Java knowledge. That is the reason I said you 80% of the software employees needs what? Java knowledge. Okay, yes. So looks Java is very important for jobs. Yes, it is very important. Java is something like a default technology which everybody should know if you want to be in the software industry. Okay, yes. Now, just like Java developers, we have web developers. Now, what is the difference? Who is a Java developer? Somebody who writes logics in Java. Okay, and this is icon. This is an icon for Java. The coffee, if you can see the left side, this coffee along with the saucer is an icon for Java. Similarly, who is web developer? So the answer to this question is a web developer is somebody who develops web applications or web pages. Like if you say facebook.com, you'll get a web page, the login page of Facebook. Yes or no? So that is, if I want to develop such pages, I need HTML5, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, jQuery, and AngularJS. And if I am working on these technologies, I'll be called a web developer. What I will be called? I will be called a web developer. So we have Java and we have these technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, both. So the thing is, this is a great combination. So why do we use these technologies? I told you, right? These technologies are used to develop screens. Okay, the application screens, the web pages. And these technologies are used in every application, whether it is a Java application, .NET application, C# application, whether it is a mobile application, we need all these technologies. So that is the importance of these technologies in the market. Okay, yes. Now, let's try to understand who has to learn these technologies. Okay. Let's try to learn who needs to learn these technologies in the market. So just here everyone, assume that we have a client, okay, and we have some server. There are 3 clients and there is a server. This server is having different applications. Like this is having Java application, .NET application, mobile application. Like this, there are different applications in this server. Now this client is accessing a Java application. The second client is accessing .NET application from the server. The third client is accessing mobile application from the server. So there are different applications. Different clients are accessing different applications from the server. One is accessing Java application. The other one is a .NET application. And the third client is accessing mobile application. But all these applications which are accessed from the server, in all these applications, we need UI technologies. What we need? UI technologies. So UI technologies are used in Java, a .NET, a mobile, and everywhere. So if I learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, AngularJS, you can actually work in any company because every company needs UI developers. Who it needs? It needs UI developers. So that is the importance. Okay, I hope you understand this. That is the importance. So looks UI technologies are important for jobs. Yes, it is. They are very important to get jobs just like Java. Okay, so the jobs in software. See, for UI developers, we have lakhs of jobs in the next 10 years. In the coming 10 years, thousands and lakhs of jobs. And Java developers, you already have huge requirement. And in the coming years, again, the requirement is going to increase. Okay, so this is the thing. So as a Java developer, you can actually learn various technologies like these. Similarly, as a UI developer, you can also learn HTML5, CSS3, JS, Bootstrap, jQuery, AngularJS, all these things. Okay, yes. Now let's try to understand what is my yeah. So what is my course details? See, like now you'll get it out. Oh, we have Java very important. We have UI technologies. Again, they are also important. So what is my course going to be? What we are going to learn? Actually, we are going to learn Java along with the UI technologies. So we will learn Java. At the same time, we will learn UI technologies. We will learn the basic programming database connectivity in Java. And we will use Java along with HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, and AngularJS. So we will combine both to develop applications. So first we will learn Java separately, UI separately. Then at the end, we will combine both of these technologies to develop what? So using these technologies, we can develop applications which are web applications. Now you got it. Why we are learning Java and UI technologies is using UI technologies along with Java, we can develop web applications. We can develop what? Web applications. Now the question is, what are web applications? What are web applications? That is a question. Now let's try to understand what are web applications. Why we use them. Okay. Yes. So now we understand that we can develop web applications, but let's try to understand what are web applications. Okay. Thank you. If you have any doubts regarding this, you can actually type in the chat box or you can speak to me. I will try to clarify the doubts. Okay. Yes. So now let's move to yeah. Now let's try to understand what are web applications. By using Java and UI technologies, we can develop web applications. But what are these web applications actually? So let's try to understand and figure out. So generally, what is software? What is software, ma? What is software? Yeah, just here. Software is that part of a computer system that consists of encoded information or computer instructions in contrast to the physical hardware from which the system is built. Okay, so this is basically what a technical definition for software. But if you want to develop softwares which actually work on the hardware, then what we need? We need some programming language and some UI technologies. So that is the reason we are learning these technologies. Okay, now just here everyone. So what are the different types of softwares we have is we have desktop and we have web. So what is a desktop application and what is a web application? Because we need to understand web applications because we are going to develop web applications by the end of this training. So just here, when I talk about desktop software, can you see settings, the MS Word, Excel, okay, the calculator, the music player, all these applications are what? Desktop applications. If you see the calculator, I'll just open the calculator. This is a desktop application which you can use. Your notepad, your MS Word, all these are what? Desktop applications. So what is desktop application is? The desktop application is a single user application. You can only access this application in your system only. Like if I have a calculator, I can only access calculator in my system. Can I access in another system? No, you cannot. This calculator can be accessed in the same system. So these are actually desktop applications. These are what? Desktop applications. But similarly, we have website software. We have what? Website software like Google, Facebook, WhatsApp. All these are what? These are not desktop. They are actually website. Why? Because who can access Google, ma? Who can access Google? Anybody can access Google. Go here, type Google. Sorry, type Google. So the Google page will open like this. So the Google can be accessed from any system. So where is this Google actually present? This Google is actually present on the server machine. Where is it present? It is actually present on the server machine, and you can access this. So this is not a desktop application. This is what? A website software, or it is a web application, or it is what? A web application. Okay, so web applications will have a client and server. Every web application will have what? A client and a server. Like, assume that you guys are accessing Google. Even I am also accessing what? Google. So you can have many clients. You can have many clients. Client 1, client 2, client 3. So assume that there is a server. What is this server? This is a Google server. So this Google server is a server machine somewhere, not here. It is somewhere in some other part of the world. Now what you could do is you could actually send a request to this server and get a response. Similarly, I can also send a request and get a response. Similarly, my friend can also send a request and get a response. So this is a request and this is a response. Okay, so we are all client machines. We are actually using a browser and saying what? Google.com. Okay, Google.com. So the Google page will get opened, something like this. So whoever wants to access, they can access. So these are multi-user applications. They are not single user applications. So what is the difference between calculator, which is a desktop application, and Google, which is a web application? Is a desktop applications are single user applications, whereas website software or web applications like Google, Facebook, WhatsApp, they are multi-user applications. Anybody can access them. Okay, so what is this? Facebook. So Facebook is a web application. What is Facebook? It is a web application. Similarly, this is IRCTC. IRCTC is a web application. Yes or no? Yes. Similarly, this is Gmail. So Gmail is a web application. So Which one I learn? Will I learn desktop or web application? My dear, you are going to learn web application development. What we are going to learn? We are going to learn web application development. So throughout these sessions, we will try to understand how web applications work. Okay, so web applications are actually applications like Facebook, Gmail, all these things, which are multi-user applications. Which are what? Multi-user applications. Now, how do we access these websites? How do we access these websites, ma? Just here, the customers or the clients will send some requests in the internet and they will access them from the server machine. So the internet will actually help you to connect to this server machine and access the application. Okay, I have shown you in the picture just now, right? The same thing. So when we talk about web applications, web applications will have different tiers. 1 tier, 2 tier, 3 tier, n tier. So what are these tiers is, whenever we are developing web application is a combination of many things. When we are developing web applications like a Facebook application or a Gmail application or a employee management system application, a library management system application. So these applications, generally web applications, because they are combination of too many technologies, we can actually segregate them into different tiers like 2 tier, 3 tier, n tier. So what are these things? Let's try to understand. Just here, whenever you are writing web applications, you'll have a client. So who is client, ma? Who is client? Client is somebody who generates the request. Like you want to access Facebook. Now what you will do? Open your laptop and access Facebook by typing facebook.com. Now when you type facebook.com, you are actually what? You are actually a client. Okay, you are actually a client. So similarly, you'll have a server. So in the server, somebody has written some logic. Somebody has written some logic.